it's an analytical reasoning. Yeah, it's an analytical reasoning section, guys. So you may have different way of solving it, but as I always insist, it all boils down to how you organize your information. So organizing information becomes important. So I'll solve this question like this. And also, you have to differentiate between could be true and must be true, right? I personally find must be true easier. So let's come to the question. It says, before I start solving the question, in my mind, I think that how will I organize the information? And now, guys, I have practiced so many questions of LSAT that I read 3 4 lines and instinctively I draw a diagram. And if you were to ask me now, how do you do that? I will have no answer for that. But how did I come to that level was whenever I solved an AR set, even after solving a question and getting the answers, I used to think, was or is there a better way of organizing this information? So please do that. I share a method with you. You may come up with your own method, but always think of how could I organize this information in a better way. So let's say 1 to 5. 4 medicines you have: W, X, Y, Z. The only side effects: fatigue, headache, palpitations, and sweating. Yeah, and sweating. The researcher knows that the following to be true of the medicine side effect. Each medicine has at least one side effect. So what does this mean? This means that I need to have at least one tick. W will have at least one tick, X will have at least one tick, Y will have at least one side effect, Z will have at least one side effect. That is, Yash, we are doing LSAT website test number 2. Link has been given on the description. If you don't have the exercise, download the test. We are doing test number 2, section 4. This is the first set. Okay. Test 2, section 4. So 4 medicines, and these are the 4 side effects. At least one means at least one tick. Then it says no medicine has both fatigue and palpitations as side effect. So I'll make a note of this, which means if you have a tick here, you have to have a cross here. This is important. If you have a tick here, you need to have a cross here. All right. Medicine Z has no side effect in common with any of the other medicines. So which basically means if I put a tick for Z under a box, for every other medicine I'll have to put a cross. And the other way around also. If X has fatigue, Z will not have fatigue. Z as a medicine has a side effect exclusive to itself. No other medicine has the same side effect. Okay. Medicine W and X have exactly one side effect in common. W and X exactly one. Okay. Fatigue is the side effect of W. So when fatigue is the side effect of W, what does it mean? That palpitations cannot be the side effect of W. Palpitations are the side effect of X. So if palpitation is for X, it cannot be fatigue. This is the advantage of table. Now I don't have to read this information again and again. I'll have to solve the question using my table. Then it says, sweating is not a side effect of medicine Y. Sweating is not a side effect of medicine Y. Okay, so now I know I'm using that information that Z does not share a side effect with any other medicine. So if W has fatigue, Z will not have fatigue, right? And if X has palpitations, Z will not have palpitations. So now this table is applicable to all the questions. So when I make this table, the information that will remain for the all the questions, the 5 questions that follow, I'll make this using a pen. So make this table using a pen, and I don't know whether you're allowed pen or not in LSAT. I'll check that. But if you're allowed, use a pen to make this table, because you don't have to change the information. And whenever any new information is given, use pencil so that you can erase that once the question gets over. So look at question number 1. Question number 1 says, if sweating is not a side effect of medicine X. So if sweating is not for X, this I will use putting a pen, using a pencil. So what does this mean? This means if this is not for X, I have to use this information. X and W will have one common. So they cannot have fatigue as common. They cannot have palpitation as common. This information says that X does not have sweating. So which means they cannot have sweating also common. So the only thing that they can have common is headache. So this information means this. Yeah, the question is must be true, and because they have headache together, Z cannot have headache, so which means Z will have sweating, tick, which means W cannot have sweating. So this one information that X cannot have sweating got me this, got me this, got me this. Because I got this, therefore got me this, and because I got this, got me this. So whenever is a must be question, guys, an additional information leads to few deductions. Complete the deduction, then go to the option choice. Now I go to the option choice. Choice A, fatigue is a side effect of medicine Y. It is a could be case, not a must be case. It's a could be case, not a must be case. Option B, headaches are a side effect of medicine W. Yes, yes. So B is the answer, and I stop here. Honestly, how many of you, after getting B as the answer, okay, how many of you marked B but have checked C, D, and E? How many of you got the answer B, but despite that, you checked option number C, D, and E? How many of you? I'm sure none of my students would be doing that. How many of you got answer B in choice 1, but you checked option C, checked option D, and checked option E? How many of you? How many of you did that? MC, why are you doing that? See, guys, when you are taking, I am asking you to take this section as a test form. So please experiment. Don't be afraid of experimenting. So my experimentation is, you solve the question, you got B as the answer. Please do not check option C, D, E. You'll be using 1 minute, at least 1 minute, or maximum 2 minutes. Imagine there are 22 questions. Most of the questions have answer in B or C. If you're checking D and E in 22 questions, you are taking up minimum 15 minutes. Not done. Saves a lot of time. Yes, Mansi. That's what the point is, guys. And please do this when you are writing a test. Writing a test is actually net practice. When you're net practice, experiment. So your experimentation MC would be, I got answer B. First of all, if you're doing this, you should be convinced with your answer. If you got B as an answer, have faith in you and then move ahead. Yeah, all of you will save a lot of time. Okay, so first the answer is B. The moment I get B, I leave it there, and now see, because it's a table and I have used pen and pencil, if it is pencil, I can simply erase this. Otherwise, I have to remember which one to erase or have to use this information again. So now my table is again ready for use. Come to question number 2. If sweating is not a side effect of medicine Z, sweating is not a side effect of medicine Z, then which of the following statement must be true? Again, must be true. So I'll go for deductions. If not sweating, it has to be H. If H, nobody else can have H now. And now W and X has to have one common. So that has to be sweating. So from this one information, which was sweating is not. From this information, I got this. From this, I got this, this, this. From this, I got this and this because W and X need to have one common illness. Now use this table to come to the answer. Number second says, fatigue is a side effect of medicine X. No. Fatigue is a side effect of medicine Z. No. Headache is a side effect of medicine X. No. Palpitation side effects of W. Or palpitations are side effect of headaches are side effect of Z. Yes. So second, I get my answer as D. I stop. I don't even check E. This is when I am writing the test. Once you have done the test, come back, then check all the options for practice. But when you're writing the exam, you get D as the answer. You don't check E. Simple. इसको हटा दिया अब. All right. So now question number third. Which one of the following could be true? They haven't given me any information, right? So I have to use the information given to us. Now, if I didn't have this table, I have to remember all the conditions to apply the choices. But in this case, I don't have to do that. So option A, fatigue is a side effect of X. No. Fatigue is a side effect of Z. No. Headaches are side effect of X. It's possible. The question is could be. Yes, it is possible. If I put a tick here, I'll put a tick here, I'll put a cross here, I can put a tick here. Yes, it is possible. Third, the answer is C. I stop here. How many of you marked C but checked the other options, D and E? Please be honest. How many of you marked C in question number 3 but despite that checked D and E? How many of you did that? Okay. If nobody did that, that's great. That is what I want you to do. You'll save at least 10 to 15 minutes, guys. Great. Okay. Now question number 4. If medicines W, X and Y have a side effect in common, W, X and Y have to have one medicine in common. All three of them. This cannot be it. This cannot be it. This cannot be it because Y does not have sweating. So all three of them can have only this medicine as common. Only H. Common, common, common. So this basically means Z will not have H. This means Z will have sweating. And this means nobody else will have sweating. Yeah, that's it. And it's a must be question. So I stop here. Must be question, get the maximum deduction and stop there. So I stop here. It says, if medicine W, X and Y have a side effect in common, then which one of the following statements must be true? Look at option number A. Fatigue is a side effect of Y. It's a could be case, not a must be case. It's a could be case, not a must be case. So this is out. Headaches are a side effect of W. Headaches are a side effect of W. Yes. I get the answer. I stop here. It's a must be case. I have to have that tick, right? So fourth, B is the correct answer. Now we go to fifth. I again erase this because this information was only for this question. Right? So either you can use paper and pen and pencil, or you can in one go in first question itself make 5 tables. There are 5 questions. Make 5 tables 5 times. Right? Up to you. Whatever method you want to approach. If medicine Y has more than one side effect, if medicine Y has more than one side effect, so let's make the cases. Let's make the cases. Case number 1 is more than one. So this is out. Right? So more than one is case 1 is you have this. So then you will not have palpitations and you'll have headache for sure in case 1 because you can't have fatigue and palpitations together. So if I have case 1 in which I had fatigue, I won't have palpitation more than one. So I have to have headache. Case number 2, is I have palpitations, so I won't have fatigue, so I have headache. So in both the cases, the common thing is, see, others will change. The answers for others will change in the situation, because if Y is this, you have combination possible for Z would be here. If Y is this, Z would be here. So don't think about that, because the question is not could be, the question is must be. So whenever the question is must be, don't make cases, just come to the deductions. So when I came up with these two cases, the only deduction which I get is, in both the cases, the common thing is this. Rest, there are cases. All right. So I stop here. I see if I get answer from this or not. So fifth, it says headache is the side effect of W. Yes, this is a must be case. Fifth, my answer is A. Those who stop at A will save minimum 2 minutes. But those who check option B, C, D, E will get confused and will use at least 2 to 3 minutes, right? So I think it was an easier set. Always compare sets between each other. So let's say this is first set, compare it with the next set that I'll do, and see why are we using this method and some other method in that set, right? So do we have any doubt? 1 to 5, I think simple set.